Hey guys, welcome back to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2. We are down here in this underground base in Telos. We have these handmaidens here, and apparently our companions have been captured as well. I guess we should start by having a chat with these handmaidens here.
Why have you approached me?
I'm searching for my friends.
You will find them in the main irrigation channel room, in the northern part of the plateau interior. The particle emitters there that once governed the flow of water to Telos can double as force cages.
Okay, then shut them off and free them.
It is not part of my duties. Free them yourself. Then you must leave this place.
Okay. Why did you imprison them? We meant no harm.
They were caged for their safety, until we could determine your intent, exile. Atris cautioned us against your tactics, fearing that your allies would create a distraction. Your companions gave us little trouble, however. The male could have presented some challenge if he had resisted, but he chose not to.
Who? Aten?
He has had some Echani training. He masks it well, but when you are in danger, his mask dropped into a stance we know well.
Interesting. You must be mistaken.
You are the one who is mistaken. It requires you know what to look for.
That's true. Okay, where would he have gotten this training?
I do not know. The Echani forms are known to be taught to military special forces throughout the galaxy. If the source is a mystery to you, perhaps you should ask him. It would be wise to know those you travel with.
Okay, let's ask about the Ebon Hawk.
Your ship is stored in the hangar. Atris has given you permission to leave this place, and permission to return if you remain in her service.
Okay, I'm looking for a fight. I have some other questions for you.
Ask?
Let's ask about this place.
This was once a mighty irrigation center for Telos. It survived the orbital bombardment of the Sith, though the inhabitants did not. Ancient irrigation channels still lie beneath the surface of Telos, waiting to be used again for the reconstruction efforts, controlled from this facility.
But why is Atris here?
Shortly before the destruction of Dantooine by the forces of the traitor Jedi Malak, Atris had many Jedi artifacts and knowledge transported here secretly.
Okay, how did she know Dantooine would be destroyed? Artifacts?
Yes, many relics from Dantooine, some which predate even the destruction of Ossus. She was not able to save all, but she saved enough. She was able to bring them here before the Academy's destruction. It was a fortunate thing. She was not able to save everything.
Okay, any lightsabers in the collection? We definitely need a lightsaber or two. I would like to see some of this Jedi knowledge.
Viewing the relics is not allowed without Atris's permission.
Let's try and persuade.
There is truth in what you say. Yet many such artifacts are sealed away in Atris's chambers. But if you wish to see a few of them, speak to the last of the handmaidens. She has seen some of these objects and has an interest in such things.
The last of the handmaidens. Last of the handmaidens?
Yes, she should be in the training chamber to the north and west of here. She constantly seeks to improve herself so that she may no longer be ranked last among us.
Why is she ranked last?
Because she is easily distracted by matters that do not concern her or her duty. Such distractions weaken her, and she knows this.
Distractions such as?
I will not speak of them. Ask her yourself, if it matters to you.
Okay, I'll go seek her out. And there's one more handmaiden over here, and it looks like she's yawning, a little bit tired of her duties here.
Why have you approached me?
I have some questions for you. I'm looking for a fight.
I would welcome a chance to instruct you. I have been anxious to teach you many principles of combat ever since you invaded this place.
Teaching?
Oh, yes. We train extensively in various combat styles, and we have not had another target for some time. You may prove a pleasant diversion.
Then I'll be happy to oblige. I could use a good sparring match. Let's see if we can learn some of the Echani sparring techniques. That'd be pretty cool.
Very well. Follow me, and we shall see if you have the endurance to learn the most basic of our teachings.
Okay, here we go.
Before we begin, are you familiar with Echani traditions?
I'm familiar with Echani energy shields. No, what are they?
All duels between us shall be without armor of any kind. There shall be no restrictions upon our movements or upon yours. Your feet are not to leave the training mat during the battle. If they do, you will lose. Also, this is not a fight to the death. Restrain your instincts when we fight, and we shall do the same.
Okay, let's go.
The fight will be with hands and feet only. No stimulants, shields, weapons, or other items. Also, do not call upon any Jedi techniques during our contest. If you do, then the battle will be over. In turn, I will not use our higher forms, for this is only an opening battle between us, a test of each other's strength.
Okay, let's get
Then let
ready.
us begin.
I'm not sure how Jasra is going to do with... I could throw a grenade. No, that'd be cheating, wouldn't it? We've got healing, but we're not allowed to use that, apparently. Flurry's good, but it's good against opponents who aren't that skilled. And the same with power attack. Let's go for a couple of critical strikes here and see if we can get a critical in here. If we use Flurry, it reduces our defenses a little bit. If we use power attack, it also reduces our defenses, makes it easier for us to hit. I'm just gonna hope for a critical here. We're doing pretty badly. Oh, there's a couple of hits there, but we're losing at the moment. We're just losing. No, we're gonna lose this battle. We need some practice with unarmed combat. Give me a blade, and I'll do much better. But unarmed combat, Jasra is not the best. We did alright though.
You have fallen. Seek one of us out when you wish to fight.
So it was pretty close, but unfortunately we didn't win. Must have just been a few health points off. Maybe if we can even level up Jasra and give her something that's appropriate to unarmed combat. We normally focus on using weapons. Let's have a look. There's a lot of doors around here. Who are these handmaidens as well?
You are the exile, the one Atris warned us about.
Are you the last of the handmaidens?
I am the last of the handmaidens. This is correct. I trained so that one day that will no longer be true.
The others said you were easily distracted from your training.
It dishonors me that they would say such a thing to an outsider.
Oops.
I cannot deny the truth in what they say. My thoughts are not always focused on training. Perhaps once having known the ways of the Jedi, you may understand what occupies my thoughts.
I'm not sure I understand.
There is much knowledge here, and only one of the Jedi remain. There is so much about their ways of battle, their forms, their stances, that may be lost forever if the last of the Jedi is taken from the galaxy.
Okay, to lose those combat techniques would be tragic indeed. When the methods to inflict violence on others is limited, it weakens us all. And you would preserve it. If you're afraid of the Jedi, there's a lot of responses here. If you're afraid of the Jedi lore being lost, why don't you try and learn some of that lore? Battle is not the truth of the Jedi teachings. I believe it to be the farthest thing from it. Is this what occupies your thoughts?
To the Ichani, battle is a means of communication. It is an art, in the truest sense of the word. Stance, form, discipline are a means of expression and communication. They speak one's heart and one's devotion to their cause.
Combat is not the best way to communicate with others. It is kind of an art form, though. I mean, I have to agree, there is a certain artfulness towards martial arts and learning a combat. I agree, it shows how far you're willing to go for your goals. Devotion, I prefer obedience to a cause and a master. That sounds like the dark side to me. Devotion, let's just continue asking questions and I'll let her get things out. Devotion to their cause.
The methods you use to meet your opponent speak truer than any words can express. When you risk pain or death, there is no truer sacrifice or strength.
Okay. Combat is not the best way to communicate with others.
It was to the Jedi traitor Malak. It was to the Jedi traitor Revan. When Terrace was destroyed, it showed Malak's heart through its execution and intent. It was brutal, without finesse, but showed his commitment to defeat the Jedi. Yet with Revan, there was the same commitment, but it was a subtle thing, like weaving threads in a tapestry, or strokes upon a canvas. She spoke through battle and tactics in a way one could never do in words. She showed her heart at Malachor V, and finally, at the end of the Jedi Civil War. I believe she was speaking to Malak in that final battle, though few knew it.
Okay, Malak was slain, and that is all that was said. Revan and Malak were driven only by the dark side. The Force drove Revan to do what needed to be done, and that is all. Now, we were Revan in the last game, and we did turn on Malak and destroy him. The Force drove Revan to do what needed to be done, and that is all.
But to say that seems an untruth based on what I know of the Jedi. The Force can drive others, but there is still choice, is there not? If there is no choice in the Force, then our teachings and our actions are for nothing, and I refuse to believe that is true.
Revan turned on Malak, once a friend, and killed him.
What stronger display than death for conveying one's sense of being betrayed by one's own student? Revan's anger must have been great indeed. I would have wished to have been there for that final exchange, and seen the truth of their conflict with each other.
Okay, let me ask you something else.
You may ask.
You said Atris warned you about me. What did she say?
She said, you betrayed the Jedi by going to war when it was forbidden to you. You turned on your masters, your teachings, and yourself.
She's exaggerating. I went to war to protect others. Going to war was necessary. Oh?
That is not all she says. She says you know nothing of loyalty to any cause except your own animal instincts. And she told us why you fell to the dark side.
What? Dark side? I do not walk the path of the dark side.
Atris says that you fell to the dark side in the Mandalorian Wars when you gave in to your lust for battle. Once you tasted war, you could not give it up.
If that were the case, I would have fought in the Jedi Civil War.
Atris says when the Dark Lord Revan returned to the Republic, you did not march with them because you had fallen so far you could no longer feel the Force.
No, that's not true. The Force aside, I was tempted to attack the Jedi, but I did not march with Revan because it was my choice. That is untrue, but Atris is entitled to her opinion.
I believe that is the extent of her expressed feelings toward you. There are variations at times, but all rise from the same foundation.
Expressed feelings?
Yes. It is difficult sometimes for others to truly speak their heart or listen to it. The words often prove difficult, or they do not come at all.
Now, what do you think Atris's heart says?
Without having seen you and Atris fight, I cannot say. Battle is a pure form of expression. It is heart and discipline, reduced to movement and motion.
Okay.
You may ask.
Let's ask about the relics and see if we can find out if there are any lightsabers here.
I know a little of them, yes. Much Jedi knowledge is stored here. Secrets of their teachings, combat styles, and discipline.
Where is it stored?
The Jedi relics are kept by Atris, within the walls of her meditation chamber. Entry is forbidden.
But surely they are not forbidden to Jedi such as myself.
Atris has made her orders on the matter clear, and she says you are no Jedi. Entry to her meditation chamber is forbidden. To even ask shows you doubt my loyalty to her.
Where do these relics come from?
Most come from Dantooine, brought here before the academy there was destroyed by Malak. Not all relics were able to be saved, for there was not time to rescue them all.
You said most came from Dantooine? What about the others?
I am not permitted to speak of such things, and it is not your concern.
Have you ever seen these relics?
I have seen a few of them. Yes, they were not always in Atris's meditation chamber.
Can you tell me about the ones you saw?
There were many relics. Among them, small cubes, warm to the touch, each containing their own light. When held, some would speak, ask strange questions.
Questions?
Yes, their questions were confusing. They seemed to think I was someone else, someone's student. I had thought perhaps I had damaged them in some way, but I could not think of what I had done.
Okay, they're stored in the meditation chamber. Let's ask
You may
something else. I think there's one more thing I wanted to ask about. You look different than the other women.
I honor the face of my mother. It is not something spoken of in the company of others.
I apologize. I meant no offense.
There's no need to apologize. You were merely remarking on something that you saw. There is no wrong in that.
Is this a sensitive subject?
It is not a sensitive subject, but a subject that requires trust. There is no such trust between you and such trust takes time. Before you go, Exile, question for you, if I may ask it. You have touched the Force. What does it feel like?
It's a difficult thing to describe.
Please, I wish to know.
Okay, we've got a few options here. Imagine awakening and hearing the heartbeat of the galaxy for the first time. Sounds like a good one. It's like a current that passes through you and carries you with it to the places it touches, the warmth of the sun without the glare. You can feel its light and its heat, but there is no harshness to it. It is so many things, yet you know when you feel it without question. You know when you die, so unless you seek death, leave me be. Imagine awakening and hearing the heartbeat of the galaxy for the first time.
I see. Thank you, Exile. I appreciate you sharing your knowledge with me.
I have felt it too, my lord. A disturbance in the Force. It was difficult to make out, my lord. At first it was such a quiet thing. I did not notice it, but now I wonder as if it has always been there. I merely could not hear it before. The sound built so slowly, yet when you listen for it, you can make out the strains, even over the background life of the universe. Do you feel it is a... You are the darkness in which all life dies, my lord. All life exists to feed your power. And my life. My life is yours. I beg you, please, let me die. Yes, this disturbance echoes through the Force. I can follow it to its source and bring it to you. I will leave at once, my lord.
Okay, no idea what that guy was saying, but apparently someone is after us now, and we can try another fight with the Handmaiden, but I think we need to start learning some of the Chani things first. But apparently, maybe we need to win the fight before we are given lessons in those different forms. Let's just go and have a look around. Actually, are there some side areas here that we can have a look in? Is there anything that we can grab? There is a plasteel cylinder here. We might as well go and open Gamorrean war gloves. We might as well grab all of these items. I don't think anyone is going to mind if we grab them all. So let's just clear out this place. We might have a use for them a little bit later. More gauntlets. I don't know what they're doing with Gamorrean gauntlets. Maybe they use them in their sparring sessions. Let's see if we can security this and open it. I'm going to grab those credits as well. Looks like these are little dorms here. Okay, there's another one over here. If we bash, I think we can sometimes destroy the items inside. A targeting visor. I think I can still wear a visor when I'm doing the sparring, so maybe there's something that will help me out and help me to win that battle. Let's go to security here. And maybe I could use something to buff myself up before we start the battle as well. I'm not sure if that's gonna disqualify me. Handmaiden sister. There's a couple of Handmaiden sisters here. Check out this computer wall here.
Why have you approached me?
Okay, never mind. Let's take a quick look at the map. The prison. I think we want to go to the prison first. The entrance chamber and the... let's go into the prison and see if we can rescue our friends.
Did you find what you came for?
A woman from my past had made this place her home. I did not expect to see her again. I think so, but we have to go now. Perhaps I've been given a chance to help the Jedi. I think so, but we have to go now. Let's not give away too much information.
Are you certain you're ready to depart? I sense some unrest in you. There was something from your past here, something unresolved. I feel we did not come to this place by chance. You were led here. This woman who resides here, she did something to you once, something that hangs upon you still.
She was one of the council who cast me out of the order and wanted to punish me even further.
I see it now. The act has left its marks. Be warned, unresolved events from our past can create wounds in the present and the future. And more importantly, they can distract you, weaken you. It could prove fatal against the enemies we face.
The woman here is a Jedi, Atris, one of the council.
There is a Jedi here, perhaps, in that you are correct. Yet there are no students, and this woman, this Atris, surrounds herself with those who cannot feel the Force. Curious.
She plans to heal the galaxy, then rebuild the Order. I'm not so sure about that. We don't really know what her plans are. Aren't the Handmaidens students?
No. Her servants are not Jedi. Their minds are walls, trained to resist tricks of the mind. This discipline blinds them to the Force as well, even if they were Force-sensitive.
So maybe we could use the healing, and they wouldn't notice during a battle if they're blind to the Force. How do you know that? Were you reading their minds?
Invade the mind of another? It is not something done carelessly, or when there is nothing to be gained.
She plans to heal the galaxy, then rebuild the Order.
Plans are fragile things, and life often dashes expectations to the ground. Perhaps students will come to her in time. For now, she is surrounded by those who cannot feel the Force.
Okay.
Very well. Let us depart.
What happened to Adon?
He's only sleeping. It seems the journey here has fatigued him.
I'm sorry, General. I must have lost consciousness in the crash.
Okay, there's nothing to apologize for. Are you sure you're okay?
I'm fine, General. Even power has been restored to my arm.
Actually, Kreia did something to them, didn't she? It's a Jedi Academy concealed in the northern pole of Telos. Just get to the ship, we can talk
Very
later.
well, General. I will await your arrival.
The two party members left are Adon and Kreia. Bayodir will meet you at the Ebon Hawk. Okay, we've gained some light side influence. Adon, where are you going, buddy? I've got some questions to ask you.
Hey, you're back with us. We were just on our way to rescue you from those ghost women when, we got locked up.
Are you okay? You look a little disorientated.
Don't worry about me, I'm fine. How did things go with the Jedi here? Are you all done?
Not yet.
Well, that's not exactly what I wanted to hear.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna try the battle again. I'm gonna use the healing in the middle of the battle and see if anybody notices. Let's try this once more.
Have you returned to fight again?
Oh, hold on a minute. Not just yet. I want to have a quick look at because we can use apparently some visors here. Resist 5 versus Sonic, Arcanian Blinders. Is that what we're wearing at the moment? Stealth Field Enhancer, Breath Mask, Survey Gear. What is Adon actually wearing? Let's cancel that. Let's go over to add-on here. He's wearing the targeting visor. That's fine. Oh, we're using the survey gear. Maybe the targeting awareness +1. Maybe the targeting visor will give us reflex +1. So we'll wear that instead, and we're going to have another battle here. Again? Yes, I wish to challenge you again.
It shall be
okay, let's make it so. Critical strikes here. Hopefully I won't need to use heal. Come on. Let's do some criticals. Let's get lucky with this strike. No, I'm gonna have to heal up.
You have fallen.
Okay. I don't know how to beat this lady, this Handmaiden. I don't know how to beat her, but we're going to find it out in the next episode. That is all the time we have for in this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again soon for Knights of the Old Republic 2.